Hey, welcome back. You made it to video 2, and I'm super excited to share with you this next tool. And chances are, with your clients, you've been trying to help your clients bust through some limiting beliefs, right? I know we all do. And you're coming up against some resistance. You can tell there's some self-sabotaging going on. Maybe they're putting a lot of self-imposed limitations on themselves, and you're feeling a bit stuck right now. And you're not really sure where to take them next to help to get them to move forward. And my guess is maybe you've used some tools like visualization, maybe you've used past and future focus with them, maybe you've used some mindset hacks. And for whatever reason, this client isn't able to take that and really apply it yet. It's just not quite soaking up. And you're really wanting to help them move past these limiting beliefs. And I totally understand it. I want to help support you there. So I want to share with you one of my favorite tools, and I call this tool the Embodiment Tool, okay? Because we're going to embody it. We're not just going to think it. And it's so powerful when we are able to embody something in our bodies, not just in our minds. So when you use this tool, you're going to actually empower your clients to find wisdom from within. Right? They're going to be able to give themselves what they need to hear instead of it necessarily coming from you or someone else. This can be so life-changing for so many people because many people have never been taught to tap into their own wisdom, right? Think about it. As children, we learn from books. We learn from others. We're constantly studying others and picking up programs and knowledge from others. And so we haven't been taught how to tap into our own wisdom to get the results we truly want and desire. And so often we're taking on other people's suggestions, tactics, strategies, and they're just not resonating with us. They're just not the quite right ones for us, or maybe they just need a little tweak. And the problem really is they're just not our solution. There really is no right or wrong solution to anyone's situation, anyone's problem. But there is the right solution for each individual person. And it's important that we're able to tap into each individual person's unique wisdom and help them see how they can provide that wisdom to themselves from themselves. And it works very powerfully because when we take our own wisdom, we hear it, we feel it, we sense it, and it is such a beautiful, beautiful experience. All right, so when your client embodies this process, they're going to feel a shift physically, they're going to feel a shift energetically and emotionally. And that's what really makes it so profound. This tool comes from directly inside the Your Dharma Coaching Certification. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your client on a little bit of a journey. And what I want you to know that happens through using this tool, I had a client and she had been struggling with trying to stop emotional eating for a really long time. I mean, we're talking like 20 years. And she just kept coming up against the wall. We'd make a couple steps forward and then we'd be back where we were at. She would be self-sabotaging. And we had identified where it originated from, where it was coming from, but for whatever reason, it was so ingrained in her body. And what happened by using this embodiment tool is she was finally able to literally step into a new version of her. She was finally able to stop emotionally eating, which enabled her to lose some weight, which really made her feel so much better about herself and really had such incredible impact, not only on her life, but her children's life, her relationship with her partner. So what I want you to know, this tool is extremely powerful. Use it with your clients, use it on yourself, use it wherever you need to, but just be mindful that it doesn't always create a shift in the instant. Sometimes your clients will come back a week later and be like, oh my God, I get it. So how do we do it? So you want to create a scale 1 to 10, okay? And you're going to have your client actually define the scale. You want to start by just asking your client, what does it feel like right now to be a 1? Okay. And I'm going to give you tomorrow in the video a live example of us doing this, me doing it with my clients in our group setting, so you can truly experience it. But what you want to do is have your client identify, what does it feel like to be a 1, right? What are they thinking about when they're 1? What does it in their body? What do they sense? How do they stand when they're a 1? Okay. And when you want to get your client to begin to really experience that, I really encourage you that you have your client stand up. I will often even have my clients, I'll have them print out a piece of paper and we'll have 1 through 10 and have them stand on number 1. Okay. And then we want to ask our clients, how does this one see? And you want to phrase it, how do they see themselves, right? Depending on what they're working on, right? So how do they see themselves in their business? How do they see themselves in a certain relationship? How do they see their body? Okay, so it just depends. You apply it to your coaching. From there, we want to identify what are the thought patterns coming up when they're being a 1, when they're in this place as a 1. And then we want to understand, how do they believe others see them as a 1, okay? And what are they afraid of when they're a 1? Really important. We're going to really peel back the layers here. And then we want them to say it as a 1. I feel, I am this, and then really embody it. Stand there and just hold that space for them to be in it for just a moment, okay? Just hold that for them. And then take a deep breath. Ask them to take a deep breath. Together, exhale, okay? You want to remind your client, you want to honor them, right? That this was so brave of them. This is so courageous of them to step into that 1, right? To be in that place. Now, you want to ask your client to go ahead and step off the scale. You want to have them move over to a 10 or towards a 10 and ask them, tell me for a second, if you were a 10 right now, or when you're a 10, what does it feel like in your body to be a 10? What does it look like for you? And then how does a 10 stand? How does this 10 see things? How does this 10 right now see you? How does this 10 see what you're working on right now? And then from there, we want to ask them as a 10 to tell their 1, what does 1 need to hear from you right now? What kind of wisdom and knowledge when you're a 10? Can your 10, when you're in a 10 or in a 9, give to number 1? Can you see how 10 is you and so is 1? And 10 can give you everything you need to hear and feel, right? So this wisdom, they get it from themselves, right? Instead of coming from outside of themselves. And this is extremely powerful. Really want to take this process, not in their head, but also in their bodies. So I want you to go ahead, use it on your clients if you want. Practice on yourself. I always recommend, I always tell my clients, practice on yourself first. And come tomorrow and you can see it in action.